What's up, guys? I'm Olivia.
And I'm Matthew.
This is our first episode of the Never Miss Mondays podcast. We are two online fitness coaches who literally never stop talking. So we ordered podcast mics, and here we are. So we're really just going to tell you about us as people and our first intro episode, and really just talking about everything that we talk about, what we're going to be talking about on the podcast, and just getting to know us more as people. So I will take it away. So I'm Olivia Schneider. I'm 25 years old. I live in St. Louis, obviously with Matthew. We're engaged.
Ooh,
So exciting. Don't worry, we'll tell that whole story at one point in time. So we're engaged. We live in St. Louis, Missouri. We've lived here since
22.
yeah, like June of 2022, I think. So
Or 23.
I don't know.
No,
I think
20
yeah, it's 22.
22.
Yeah, June of 22. So we used to live in Louisville, Kentucky before this. I'm from Evansville, Indiana.
Good old Indianapolis.
Yeah, Matthew's from the cool part of Indiana, as I say. So I'm from the tiny one Walmart town in Indiana. So, but like I said, we were in Louisville, Kentucky for a pretty good amount of time, almost 3 years. And then I work in HR. I have a bachelor's in HR. The dogs are going crazy. I've been working in HR since about 2019 is when I got my first internship in HR. So I work as a regional human resource manager in St. Louis, but I have multiple sites everywhere. It's another story about my job. But I'm also an online personal trainer and a bodybuilder myself. And so I'm busy quite literally all the time. So here I am doing another thing, doing a podcast. But yeah, that's like what I do as my job and what I like to do for fun. So, yeah.
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 Just yeah. You said a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I just work at a gym
Yeah.
and online.
Yeah.
But just mainly the gym.
Yeah. We're getting Matthew into the online coaching world. I've been online coaching. I'm an assistant coach for Ignite Wellness. Been doing that for just over 2 years. So we've just got Matthew into that. So what made you want to start online coaching?
I always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you started it first.
Yeah.
You beat me to it. But yeah.
I think
Social media wasn't it for me until now that I have to.
Yeah, I think for you too, it was like getting into realizing it's actually, a career thing that you could do for a long time. So,
Yeah.
and getting you very
was always
comfortable with
told.
social media.
Yeah. Couldn't make money online.
Yeah. And
Oops.
yeah,
Look
that
at me now.
and being comfortable doing social media was a big thing for you. So we've been able to do that together. But yeah. But we both went to Campbellsville University. We swam together for a while.
Barely.
Yeah.
A year before I quit.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't that long that we swam together, but both of us went to school. Matthew almost didn't go to Campbellsville, so we
No.
almost didn't know each other.
Only reason I did was because my cousin went there.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it was fine. I paid for school. It's the only reason I went there, but I mean, it was okay. We don't really.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not happening.
No, maybe at a later time. But what was when you were swimming? What were your events?
Everything. I was
Everything.
all around.
Yeah.
I was better at backstroke than anything. But besides that, that was my main.
You did
And
a
then
lot
I
of
get-
IM though.
That's everything.
Yeah,
That's
I guess.
all the strokes. So all the strokes in one event.
Yeah.
Or any of the separate ones.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't do was the sprint.
Sprint freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and I, neither of us were good at sprint freestyle. So.
Correction.
And yeah, we have tons of animals in our house. We basically own a zoo. This is our newest to the family. This is Draco. Callie, come here. Come on,
Callie.
honey. Draco, do you want to say something?
Come here.
And come on, baby. This is Callie. Yeah, Callie is our baby. We adopted her. When did we get her? That was 2021, was it?
No.
Yeah, would have been.
I think it was 2022. She's 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think we got her then.
Because
Look at her.
she was born in January.
Yeah, so that's Callie. She's
We didn't get her until March, and she was 3 months. So
Yeah, that does make sense. But yeah,
She's 3
we
now.
are a pity household, tried and true. Except Draco's not as much pity as we thought he was gonna be.
no,
So
he's more lab.
he's more reindeer. So
He's built like a reindeer.
and then somewhere in this house we have our cat Chester, aka Cooter.
And he is obese.
Yeah, he is a character in himself. I adopted him on a random Tuesday for like $20 in Campbellsville, Kentucky from the shelter. They put him in a cardboard box and that's it. So he's hiding somewhere, but whatever. But anyways, back to swimming. Yeah, I think a lot of yours when you were swimming was pretty much everything aside from sprint freestyle. So
Everything from backstroke to the IM,
yeah,
which is everything, to distance, to the mile like you.
yeah,
I didn't do it much in college because of reasons
yeah, reasons.
we'll talk about. But
Yeah.
everything.
No, I basically did 500. I started out really, I actually got signed for IM, but then decided not to go that route. I just didn't like it. But then I ended up doing more 500, 200 free, like my freshman year.
You couldn't do some of the strokes because of your elbow.
Yeah, that is true. That kind of limited me with like butterfly and stuff, which is
Butterfly
why.
and breaststroke.
Yeah, so the two worst strokes in the world. So, but I really did like. I got into the mile right about end of sophomore year, I think it was, or like going into
You
junior
did it.
year.
You did it some freshman year.
Yeah.
Not the mile, but the 500.
Yeah, the 500 I did
you
the whole
did
time.
a mile a couple times.
Yeah.
Because Chris was your coach.
Yeah,
And
Chris.
We had him
Yeah, I
freshman
forgot
year.
about him. Yeah.
We had a different assistant coach every year.
We had a lot of different things every year, but yeah, I think the 500 was probably my favorite for a while, but I did really enjoy the 200 honestly. Just it was nice to have a little bit shorter, but yeah, I was
'Cause it's a
mainly
sprint.
yeah, exactly. But it was also kind of hard then going from like the mile to the 2 free, but I was really just freestyle in a sense. So
Must be nice.
yeah, or a little bit opposite. But yeah, so I mean we met back in then 2017. We came into the same freshman class in Campbellsville and just 2 little babies.
At first sight.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
Amazing.
talk about more how we met, but I literally dumped my then boyfriend to be with Matthew. So yeah. So it paid off. What can I say? But yeah, I mean, we met in Campbellsville, which is so crazy because we would have been at the same meets at some meets like during the summer and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Because I traveled through Indiana for
Yeah.
swimming.
exactly. So that's we had like the same shirt. We were like in college one day and I like had one of my swimming shirts and you were like, "Oh my gosh, I have the same shirt."
Mhm.
So but yeah, we met in college and short story, we'll get into this later, but we dated at first freshman year, broke
it
up.
off, then got back together, and then as soon as we got together, I dropped out. So then we did distance for a few years.
We did.
But
But I mean, honestly, I think distance was good for us, and I think that it made us better individuals.
We would have killed each other in college.
Yeah, it was just nice because we were going through such different things in college, and both of us are pretty independent people, so we like doing our thing, but also having time to be
by
together.
yeah,
So Yeah. But yeah, then Matthew dropped out and called me like 2 days before we were supposed to move back into school.
For
And
junior year, right? Yeah.
yeah, going into year. And
I dropped out like 2-3 weeks before that. I just didn't have the balls to tell you.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the most ideal situation. I honestly like was super frustrated at first because I mean, we had just really started dating that January, and I was excited to do like all like the school stuff together, but you know, shit happens and we made it work. But so he was in Indianapolis while I was in Campbellsville.
Middle of Kentucky.
Yeah, literally middle of
surrounded by
nowhere.
Cornfields, 50 miles each direction.
Yeah, and it was like how long of a drive was it from Indy?
From me, it was 3 hours, right on the money.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like, but then back then we were so broke we didn't want to pay for gas.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yet she still made me come every other weekend.
only sometimes. There were a couple times we went a long period of time, but I mean,
The longest we went was
like
3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks,
Yeah.
like right at a month.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
period where I only came once a month.
Yeah. Which honestly, like being so busy in college, it was like you didn't even like realize how long it had been sometimes. Like sometimes it was annoying. There's Cooter. Oh my gosh, he's literally icon of all icons. I'm obsessed with him. He was $26.50 and was the best purchase of my life. Literally didn't buy groceries that week so I could buy Cooter. And he's just the best little buddy in the whole entire world. And he's how old now then? This year he'll be 8?
Yeah, because you got him senior year.
No, I can't even have this conversation about
You
the
got
fact
him
that
at the
he's
beginning
8.
as your senior year, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because you
Yeah, I did
living
because I
with-
was living in Todd Street.
Yeah, and I took him to team pictures for you.
Oh, what a guy. Oh my God. I call Matthew. I say, we had senior team pictures. I say, oh my gosh, I should get pictures with Chester. And
I
then
was there in 45 seconds.
literally, Matthew was hanging out with his friend, turned everything off, put Cooter in the bag. And the next thing I know, Chester's here. We're getting team pictures done. And it was the best thing ever. What a gangster.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Back when he was skinny.
Facts. Cooter is fat. Look at him loafing. He's so excited and he loves the attention, as you can tell. But yeah, and then we did long distance through the rest of college, and I moved to Louisville to take my first HR job, and then
I moved in like
it was like 3 or 4 months
2 or 3.
later.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I moved in.
in December, and you moved in April.
Yeah, right before my birthday.
Yeah. So.
No,
Mhm.
right after. No, it was before.
Yeah, it was before.
Right before my birthday.
Yeah.
in
So
April.
I
Moved
was
in.
able to kind of like get my footing, and like we had talked about moving in together, but then it was like honestly it was kind of crazy because I mean we'd spent so much time apart from each other, so we were nervous to see how it would go.
And then we lived there
We lived in that apartment
until that next January, and then we moved to a different
to
part.
Indiana. Yeah. Which
Clarksville. It's pretty much Louisville.
you can literally walk to Kentucky like we would walk on
It's
the
just
walking
on the
bridge.
other side of the river,
Yeah, but living in Indiana is so much nicer than living in Kentucky.
and it was
so
cheaper.
yeah, Kentucky's dirty.
Yeah.
And then we
Definitely where we lived.
yeah, just our Indiana apartment was really nice. I
Mhm.
really love that apartment. But I mean, some of like my best friends live in Louisville, so like that was hard to leave. But we just did not like the city at all.
There wasn't anything to do.
Right. And like there
And
were no
our apartment was nice, but the complex had no amenities.
Right.
No nothing.
we had no pool.
If we wanted to do anything, we had to drive 3 hours, not 3, an hour and a half to 2 hours. My parents or your parents.
Right. We had no pool. There wasn't even like a dog park nearby. And like it was a nice area we could walk, but like Louisville didn't even really have like any parks that you could
Yeah.
walk outside. They didn't have any like farmers markets or anything
They
really.
had good restaurants.
Yeah. Low
and
key
coffee
though.
shops.
they did have good coffee shops. Like, I will give them that. But Louisville was so chain restaurant heavy.
I'm talking about where we, like, around where we lived.
True. That
Because
makes
they
sense.
were...
Coffee Crossing, I
Yeah.
love you with all of my heart. That's my favorite
And
coffee
then
shop there.
Joella's Hot Chicken.
And what's our absolute favorite?
Oh, Agave and Rye.
Oh my God. Oh.
Best Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, no, Agave and Rye was probably like some of our favorite tacos like ever. They have the
Mhm.
best tacos, the best margaritas. But yeah, I mean, we weren't feeling like very fulfilled, like personally, as and even as a couple, like living in Louisville. And like I liked
Your
my
job sucked.
yeah. Yeah.
Don't say I liked. No, it sucked.
I liked my job for who I worked with. Like, I still talk to a lot of those people to this day, and like one of the people I worked with is literally in my wedding. But I mean, I was working 24/7. Like,
Mhm.
I was getting calls at 1:00 in the morning. It was a very stressful environment, and we just like weren't valued very much there. Especially as like female HR representatives. So I wanted to leave, and I mean, you were just trying to figure out what you wanted to do with your career, and
My job at the time was good.
yeah. Matthew worked
was-
at UPS.
I was damn good at my job.
Mm-hmm.
If all my people would show up,
Yeah.
but that was rare.
Yeah, but I think and I had actually wanted to move to St. Louis when I first graduated from college, but
It was too far from me.
yeah, I mean, it was like scary new, and like I was broke as fuck and didn't want to.
Don't live in St. Louis if you're broke.
Yeah. And I just like didn't want to risk. I knew a lot of people in Louisville, and because Louisville was like what, an hour so from
It was an hour and a-
Campbellsville.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Louisville
like-
was the middle point for me
Yeah.
when I would drive to Campbellsville.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I knew I was more comfortable with Louisville too because we could just
there and-
drive there from Campbellsville.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
like-
we went to Louisville a couple times as we were in college.
Right, exactly. So like I knew places in Louisville. Is that my coffee tastes good? I knew places in Louisville. I knew people that had lived there previously. Like, it wasn't as scary, whatever. But when we were looking, Matthew and I had a vacation planned to come to St. Louis to go to a Cardinals game.
That you turned out to be sick the whole time.
No, whenever we decide we want to live here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, when we decided when we first let's live here one day
Yeah.
was when we just came for a weekend.
Yeah, we came for that weekend. And then
the next time we came, you're like, hey, let's just look at this apartment. Okay, now we're moving. We'll be moving in 3 months.
Literally, that's what happened. We'll have to talk about all the things about moving another time. But yeah, we've lived in St. Louis since then, and I love it so much. I love our apartment so freaking much. I mean, we have a blast here in the summers. Like,
I love
it's
this one better than our old one, too.
yeah. We were living in a 1-bedroom, and it was way too small.
Because someone has too much stuff.
I have a lot of stuff, and we adopted another dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, just one, like, I work from home sometimes, and that's a lot, like, not being able to have like a place to work. And so yeah, we're in a 2-bedroom now, but literally we have so much fun here in the summers. It's a blast. So I love St. Louis. Go Cards.
Go
And Blues. Yeah, let's go Blues. But yeah, we
Go
really
Blues.
like St. Louis. But yeah, that's really like short snippet about us, like who we are and where we've come from. We've been together since very beginning of 2019.
Like
So
January 5th of 2019.
literally January 5th. And yeah, so that's like right at 6 years. So we've been through literally
Everything.
everything.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah. But just we grew so much as individuals, and then like as a couple, like a lot, and getting into health and fitness and like navigating good things in health and fitness together, bad things in health and fitness. Like, I went through a bodybuilding prep and competed for the first time last April. And I'm continuing to compete, and, you know, being an online fitness coach and, you,
starting it up.
yeah.
And
And I mean, I've been
yeah.
coaching you for a long time. So, like, being,
You've been programming my food.
yeah. So, being a part of,
We did it all together,
yeah.
pretty much. We were learning at the same time.
And, like, even through college, like, all nutrition through college and, like, through injuries and stuff. And some pretty defining moments for us as people. And then, I mean, we've been together for 6 years. So, a lot of stuff in the middle. So,
A whole lot.
yeah. And we just,
Not really.
yeah.
Actually.
I mean, we're literally two peas in a pod. Like, we never, ever, ever stop talking. And
yeah.
we thought, you know, what better way to talk about it? And one, like, we have so many friends that are in the industry as well. We have friends that are also bodybuilders and business owners and life coaches and just friends that we're so close with, and just to be able to talk to them and, like, hear their stories too, and just have, like, good conversations, but also, you know, share our advice as, you know, accredited fitness coaches and bodybuilders and things like that, I think is what we wanted to get out of this podcast. And just, like, the fun life stuff too. Like, we love to just sit and yap and talk about all the fun stuff. Like, I'm taking Matthew to his first rave
Yeah.
in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So I say that as if I've only ever been to one rave, but I give myself that title
2 weeks ago.
Okay, but and just, like, talk about, like, fun stuff and, like, plans that we have for summer. And, like, both of us are 25. Like, we
like to travel.
We love to travel. We're getting married and we're having a destination wedding, so talking about everything there. But I'm just so excited to do this, and also just, like, so excited to do it with you.
Me too.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to, like, do this and talk about this with anybody else. And I think it's cool because we have the same opinions on a lot of things, but then some things, like,
we're different on.
Yeah, and we live, like, different lives. So
Crazy.
Yeah. So we're excited to have you guys. This is literally like a dream come true. And yeah, we will dive into lots of things in the podcast, and again, lots of things: fitness, life, bodybuilding, relationship, like being partners in fitness especially, I think is a big thing that we have. And yeah, we're excited to have you join us.